Good Thursday morning, vloggers. I hope everybody stayed dry. Wednesday, down here in South Florida, we have a lot of flooding and the weather's really unstable. So we're supposed to have like 2 more days of nonstop rain. So I hope everybody is being safe. And if you don't have to be out and about, don't. And if you do, just be very careful. And I hope everybody's gonna stay safe and be fine. So this is part 2 of the new hire rookie cadet video of some of the pitfalls that I wanted to discuss with them that nobody gets into. First and foremost, and the big picture, listen, we didn't get into law enforcement to make money down here in South Florida. You know, there's a lot of money to be made. You know, our salaries are very good. We also have a lot of special events. You know, we always have professional sports, Dolphin games, University of Miami games, Marlins, you know, 4th of July, parades, just because of tourism and the way things are molded down here, there is always work to be done. So for the rookies, you know, we constantly work too many hours, right? We have our shift where we're getting all this trauma and all these stressful days and stressful calls. And then what we do on our off time, meaning after our shift or before our shift, we work all these extreme off duties and security jobs for money. Some of them pay very well and we're able to do stuff, right? So on our days off, a lot of us work. So before you know it, you're working 7 days a week, you know, 16-hour shifts, and that's not healthy, right? So we didn't get in this job to make money. You can make money, but my caution to you is to always watch out the amount of time that you're working. You need time off to decompress, not time off to go and work more stuff, okay? That is a dead-end road. You know, I did it. I set my pension, and I'm very blessed. I'm not telling you not to do it. What I'm trying to tell you is, you know, work your ass off and then take some time, right? Some of those duties that we do and those assignments allow us to have, you know, comp time or, you know, time on our banks that we can use to take off. I've seen people throughout my career just work and work and work, and they worked themselves till they got sick, or they worked themselves till they had heart attacks, right? We're constantly taking stimulants and caffeine and Red Bulls and energy drinks and shit to stay up. And your body's trying to tell you, hey, I need some time for myself. I need to shut down. We definitely know now, after a lot of studies, that our brain needs time to shut down and just vegetate, whether it's working on a hobby or something that you want to do. Like I said, for me, it's either being out on the water or in the beach, a pool, relaxing. Water has been shown in studies that they've done with military to bring down your vital signs. So, and I don't know the link, some scientists say that it has to do with the fact that we're made up of water or mostly water, whatever it may be. My message to you is, don't work so many hours that you're gonna get burned out, especially at a young age. I always tell the younger officers, make your money now, but that you have to do it responsibly, right? So we didn't get into this job to be rich. Now the other side of this was, a lot of times, because we're not home during those hours, if you're a husband or a wife or significant other and you have children at home, we kind of start developing. These are one of these symptoms that I tell you that we start to develop and we don't even realize it. And some people say, no, it's living above your means. Well, you can look at it that way. The other way that I look at it is we try to fill voids. And you'll hear me constantly, that's a phrase that I'll say a lot, right? Filling voids. So we're not home, so we work and we buy our significant other a nice car and nice homes. And listen, we're no different than anybody. We're entitled to nice things and we like nice things. I get that. What I'm trying to tell you is, you and only you will be able to differentiate if you're just working too much for all the wrong reasons. Meaning, you're not home, so you're trying to purchase things and fill in gaps. And again, you won't know this when you're doing this, but you have to analyze. And after you hear this, search yourself, right? So what our loved ones, significant others want is our time, right? Little Johnny and little Debbie would do anything to go to the park, for you to go to her softball game, for you to go to his flag football game. Those are the things that mean more to them, not the car, Okay, and again, I'm not telling you don't have nice things, because we're entitled and we like them, and we all, we're normal people in that sense, right? So those are things that I want you to look for in your life, right? Are you working too much? Are you already going down the road of burnout? Are you doing it for the wrong reasons? You're not home, you're never seen by your family and loved ones, but you're supplying things and you're trying to fill voids, okay? So that's enough of that, but keep an eye out for that. The next thing is I like to cover what we call the 3A's, right? And bear with me, because this might be a little controversial in somebody's mind, but I will explain it to you, right? So the 3A's, right? Addiction, anger, and adultery, okay? And I know that's gonna be the weird one for some people, but bear with me. So as you navigate into this new profession, typically what starts to happen at some point in your career, and this is not gonna be overnight, this is not gonna be everybody, right? You will see more senior people, male and female, that display anger, right? They're bitter, they're anger. They're usually the ones at work that are toxic. And this is all new that I've been learning through therapists and stuff, because I'm an angry motherfucker myself, right? I can be. And I've gotten better at it since I retired, but I can still lose my shit very easily. So because we go through so many ups and downs, adrenaline dumps, and all the emotions that we go, right? We're sitting down eating with our partner, and we get a beep tone, and the next thing you know, there's fucking 2 people dead, and you just went from eating and peaceful and talking to that, or you get dispatched to that, and it turns out it wasn't that, so you come down from that high. There's a multitude of things. So when we are off or we are still, our body will create that anger. It's an underlying current. It's like an undertow in the ocean. Your body will create that stimulus, that anger. You will fly off the handle with people in your family or people that surround you, because it's craving that response. Okay, so you're not just some angry piece of shit. You develop these, your body will develop this type of response looking for what you do all day, every day. That's why it takes a little bit in this career. You will see it, right? I didn't always have that anger. I did because of dysfunctional childhood, but it's totally different. On a different level it got to, right? So that's one of the things, the anger. If you notice that, just reach out and start talking to people, and you need to start working on things as you've responded to traumatic calls or incidences. And again, remember, it's what we take to this profession, our childhood, our background, right? So the next thing, the addiction, which is a quick one because we covered yesterday briefly about alcohol and substances. And some of us, like I know somebody that was involved in an accident, and they started taking painkillers, and that could lead you down the dark road, right? But alcohol is so sociably acceptable that we tend to have it, and we play it off at the very beginning, having a great time out on the boat, at the beach with our families. And if you're not careful and you have loose ends and things you haven't dealt with in your life, it will come back and bite you in the ass, right? So we've covered the anger and the addiction, right? And again, we can expand on these forever, but I just want to briefly cover them and keep the video short so I keep your attention, right? So the big one, adultery, right? Now, let me give the disclaimer. Adultery doesn't mean you encountered somebody, you like them, feelings develop. Those are, I've always said, whatever happens between 2 or 10 consenting adults, that's your problem. It's nobody's business, right? But there are a component, going back to that phrase that I said, filling voids with negative behavior. So in my career, I have numerous men that are friends of mine that were molested at a young age, and they spent a lifetime destroying their family and their marriages and stuff, because since they were molested, and they found this out through therapy and talking and peer, and I've been in numerous meetings with these people, right? So they spent a lifetime of adulterous behavior because they were trying to prove to themselves that maybe they weren't gay, or they had issues with their sexuality, or they wanted to run so much from the pain of being molested that that's the way that they dealt with what had happened to them at a young age. I know female officers that We're having risky type of sexual relationships, multiple partners at multiple days, and just things that are not healthy. Again, I'm telling you these things, and these are, very private, intimate things amongst adults. But my job as a mental health advocate for first responders is to just let you know that some of these things may come across your way, and they've come across a lot of our people. And so you know that. And what you do in your life is your business. But because I'm a mental health advocate for first responders, I have to let you know that this behavior does exist, right? So we don't walk around, for lack of better words, more aroused or hornier people than ever, right? We're not porn stars. We are people that have to navigate very stressful professions, and we encounter a lot of stuff. And again, what we bring to this profession already in our personal life will affect how we behave. So a lot of the sexual things that go on in our profession, again, you may meet somebody, like them, do whatever. That's your business. That's great. I wish you well. But there is a huge issue that comes up with male and female when it comes in the area of intimacy and, risky behaviors and certain lifestyles and things. And again, it's your problem, your business, nobody's business. But you need to be able to look at those things honestly and say, okay, this is not good for me, right? It doesn't put me in a mindset. Some people are living certain types of intimate behaviors that they're not happy with. And they flat out told me before, I don't want to do this. I can't stop, right? It's like an addiction. Those are the things that I tell you that you need to look for. We're not, like I said, we're not, adult entertainers. We're not special. We just tend to fill voids with negative behaviors, and you have to be able to navigate those things. So I wanted to keep this video short, right? The working too much and the burnout, okay? Living above our means really is not what's going on. I think we're filling our voids and trying to make up for lost time with our family. The 3 A's, right? Anger, addiction, and adultery. And adultery is not the act of cheating on your spouse. I think it's risky and dangerous behavior when it comes to the world of intimacy and sex. And you need to know these things, right? Again, what two adults do, that's their issue. And that's not where we're going. And this is not about disrespect to anybody. But I know for my career, and I still know now, and I talk to people, men and women, that are engaged in activities, right? Intimately, sexually, that are not good and they're not happy with. And if you're not happy and you're doing something that you know is either wrong morally for you, right? It's a personal thing, or that you are not happy doing in general physically and you're still doing it, that takes a huge toll on you and it's gonna lead you down the wrong road, okay? So with that, that's the part 2 of this message. And I hope that this helps somebody. And again, down here in South Florida, stay dry, be careful with the roadways. God bless you. Thank you for what you do and answering the call. And I hope that the families that see this and have rookies and new hires and cadets in their family, that they show them this video, okay? If anybody disagrees with anything that I've said or whatever, or you have any comments, please write to me, let me know, okay? And with that, thank you for everything you do. God bless you. If God allows me to, I'll be back tomorrow, okay? 3 a.m. fog.